Welcome to the Seed Creative Podcast, the podcast where we discuss both video production and just life in general. The goal of this podcast is the same as the goal of our business, to make a difference in people's lives. Gavin, scream as loud and as hard as you can if you're rolling. Oh my god.
I wonder if you can hear that.
That was so fun.
Oh.
Gavin just got murdered in the room.
Hello, and welcome to the Seed Creative Podcast, where we're like drunk or high or something, apparently, because not actually, but because I don't know, we're going crazy.
How in life, bro?
I'm Nick Golden. This is George.
How are you?
Today we're gonna tell George's story a little bit, but first I just want to say Adam Honeycutt has challenged us to the Hot Ones Challenge. Now, I am an extremely picky eater and also can't do spicy food. So like,
This is a big deal for Nick.
this is a big deal. I'm willing to do it. I mean, other people also have to do it. Like, we're going to have to get Jacob. Like, it's going to have to be a big deal.
Sure.
And we'll get ice cream and the whole works in case we die. But we will do it when we get our channel monetized, our YouTube channel. And the way that we need to make that happen is A, more subscribers. We have enough, but like, and B, watch time. Whoa, watch time. So if you guys watch the channel enough, i.e. watch the entire YouTube video,
Just let it roll in the
podcast,
background.
just like let it roll in the background. They don't know.
We don't push our YouTube like ever.
I know.
So this is our
like
first
an
attempt.
experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm actually kind of worried because I just realized that you told. See, I was kind of thinking this wasn't going to happen. But I just realized you just told Gavin to push our YouTube channel. So if he does a good job, I'm going to have to do this.
Yeah. That's basically this is all on Gavin.
Yeah. Well, Gavin, if you want to see me die,
Scream as loud as you can.
Oh, I guess
I
not.
didn't hear it that time. Oh, Jesus, dude.
He probably like took a sip of water.
He
like,
had the door closed or something. Okay. He's in
Okay.
there like, ah!
Okay. Anyway, like special
His throat's
services
gonna
are
hurt after
break
this.
it or something. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna abbreviate it in 25 minutes or less. Tell George's story from basically when you entered college. Spoiler alert. Not your priest. That's too much.
We've talked about all the band stuff.
I know that's
Yeah.
the band stuff. We need to hit your whole like being homeless thing eventually, but that's not today's topic. I don't
Okay.
think because
I
you
don't
weren't
think so
homeless as an adult.
No, well, was I? No, I
Okay,
wasn't.
so start with college.
I
What
had
did you do for
roommates.
college?
Okay, all right.
Boom, go.
Go. Okay, I had a vocal scholarship.
Okay.
So that's music. I was a singer, but it was like a music. I was on a vocal scholarship. I was getting a music degree, because at the time I was like, well, I'm gonna be in a band. I'm gonna be a musician. I'm gonna orchestrate music. I'll do something in the world of music. So a music degree makes sense. My dad was a musician, so I like grew up around it. I was also in a band at the time, which we've talked about. So super fast version. I was in a hardcore metal band. We signed to a European record label, toured a lot, and toured over in Europe some. Got to a point where there was no way I was going to be able to make up for the amount of school I'd missed. And I mean, I just was like, well, I'm just not going to go back because I lost my scholarship.
Yeah, where'd you go?
basically.
Did you say?
Shelton State.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was like a path, like Shelton State for 2 years and then the university for 2 years. Like all that was the plan. And then I would have had to literally make up for everything I missed. Plus, I would not be able to get a scholarship.
So you had to
'cause,
pay for it too.
yeah, I would have had to pay for it and all
Rough.
that. I knew deep down, I was like, I'm not going to finish anyway. This isn't my calling.
Did you know from the beginning or?
No, I mean, I went into it with like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a music person or whatever, but Jesus, that's loud.
Christy.
No, it's Jamie, actually.
Jamie.
Jamie Ham. All right. So that all happened, and then I when I came back off tour, I'd gotten married, decided being in a band wasn't right for me. Came back off tour and had to, work just because I missed out on school. because also Christy, and I were not married for very long, and then she, became pregnant with Ryder, our oldest. So it was like, yeah, definitely just gonna have to quit school for sure now. I went and got my job back at UPS. So I had worked for UPS before. I quit, went on tour. Luckily, I had a great relationship with them. I did, I worked my butt off there, and really, like, the drivers liked me a lot, and so it was really kind of easy to get my job back. And I ended up staying at UPS for 5 years. So I was there, and I was a supervisor for 2 of those years. Which was really weird because I was telling people that made way more money than me and that were much older than me, twice my age, 3 times my age. Like, I'm trying to tell them what to do.
Kind of like me when we're trying to do a podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not twice your age.
Did you say twice? You said way older.
I said twice.
I was just trying to be mean.
But I'm like not that far from twice your age, which is crazy.
That's not...
Dude, I'm 36.
No, you're closer to my age than you are half double.
Okay.
Because you're 36.
So I didn't
I'm
go to
22.
college.
Okay,
so
wait.
math isn't my thing.
Okay. Wait, hold on. So, hold on. You might be right.
I know. I think I am.
You're 14 years older than me.
Yeah, see.
So, and double my age would be 44. Yeah, you're right.
See, I'm closer to twice. Not that. I mean, I'm still 8 years.
I feel like
away
20s and 30. If you're still in your, I'm still in my 20s and you're still in your 30s.
We're close
It's
enough.
like closer.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so worked there, and then during that time, I also I started my first business. So my first business was people say detailing cars. That's not at all what I did.
Because that people would think the outside, right?
Like, well, or the inside too, like detail, like, but I did not detail vehicles. Like, I have to clear that up. I fixed interior, like, issues, cosmetic issues, meaning if there was like a rip in your leather seat, I could fix it and make it look like there was no rip. And now you don't have to buy a brand new leather seat cover that's like $1,000. You know what I mean? I can fix it for $200 or whatever. So, like, I did not detail vehicles. I fixed the inside of vehicles. So I did that, and it was going really well. At the time, for us, I was doing UPS, and I was, making $200, $250, $300 a day, usually, like, on average, which, again, at the time, and especially, like, starting out, I was like, wow, like, this isn't bad. Like, if I can grow this, things will go really well. Well, 2008 crash happened.
Wait, were you working every day at that amount of money?
Every
Dang.
day. Yeah, for a little while.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was like every day average about $250, $300. Plus the UPS income, but the UPS income wasn't a ton, but we did that for insurance.
That's still a lot though.
But so I was doing that, and things went well for like a year or so, and then 2008 crash just killed everything. And all my customers started like closing down, like the car dealerships, like just shutting down, or they were like, this is an expense that we can't justify right now because nobody's buying cars because everyone's like struggling or whatever. So then I went on to do life insurance. So that was an interesting time in my life as well. Dude, that is so loud.
Put your phone on do not disturb.
If I do it on my phone, will it work?
It should.
Good Lord, that's loud. How do I do it?
Yeah, my ears kind of hurt after that one.
Focus. Do not disturb. Okay. Sold life insurance.
Yeah, how did you get into that?
Okay, so ironically, the man that just texted me 2 seconds ago was my boss. So that's kind of like super ironic.
Wow.
So my a friend of mine, I mean, this is great. It all ties together. This woman she worked at the Hannah Homes, which are the homeless shelters that we lived in when I was younger. Also, like, worked for this company doing financial planning, life insurance, stuff like that. So she had sold us life insurance when I was doing the car dealership stuff. But then, as things kind of got bad, I believe what happened is I called her and was like, we have to cancel our life insurance because like I'm losing tons of money. All these people were shutting down, whatever. And then she was like, oh, do you need a job? You would do really well selling life insurance. So that's kind of how that happened.
Is this your first really salesman role? Well, I guess you sold for.
Yeah. So like I sold.
This is the first time you were selling like a product. Like before you had like a service.
I was 100% commission.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I was and I wasn't. You have a base, but like anyway. So it was like it's all based on commissions for the most part. Like you're not living if you're not making sales. So that was good because I was able to go and get actual real sales experience and sales training. Like I went up to Illinois and like went through all these classes of like sales training and stuff and understanding like how sales work. And I learned a little bit about like life insurance and like, investments and stuff like that. So that was good. But I have to be delicate here. I found out that what I was selling wasn't something that I felt comfortable selling. There are certain products that are great and wonderful, and I'm not bad-mouthing the company or anything like that. But then there are other certain products that aren't the greatest, and those are the ones where you make most of your money. So I was like, I had this incentive to sell products that weren't the best. Now, they weren't bad, but they weren't the best product. But that's how you make the money. So it was like this big internal conflict of like, do I need to be selling people something where I'm making more money when I know I could sell them this over here and make less money, but it's best for them. So I started doing that, and of course I started making less money, and it was this whole thing like when you're in a sales position like that, when you sell something, it's based on an annualized premium. So what that means is there's certain products I would get 60% of the annualized premium, meaning if they were doing $100 a month, that's $1,200 annualized. I get 60% of that $1,200. That's your commission. Mm. So like whatever, $720, $750, whatever for that one sale. Cool, great, awesome. If they cancel within 12 months, whatever that difference in percentage is taken off your next check.
Oof. Oh, so you get it up front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kinda...
because they are not locked into a contract. So they can cancel at any time. So it's on you to keep them for your retention. Retain those clients for at least a year. And I'm young. I'm selling to young people that are broke, and they're canceling within 2 or 3 months. So I'm having like negative checks. Like my checks are negative money. Like that is the most stressful thing ever. I've got a baby. Christy, works, but like once Ryder kind of like, we really wanted her to just be a stay-at-home mom. Like that's where she felt called to be. And so I was like, we just got to make this work. So anyway, quit that.
And you only have Ryder at this point, right?
I don't know, dude. Lucy might have been around. Like Lucy's coming.
What's their age difference?
2.5 years. Yeah. So Lucy was there too at this point. So we had 2 kids. So I moved on to finally like, dude, I had to beg. I begged these people to give me a job. It was a company called Cintas. And that's where all of this really starts to like, come to fruition.
Yeah.
So I emailed this dude, Clayton Mobley, who I'm still friends with.
Shout out.
He's awesome. He now owns or runs freaking ginormous, like multi-company company. Like they've got all these businesses underneath his, like what he started. I mean, he's like a genius person.
Of Cintas or something else?
He left Cintas and started his own company, and they're like freaking crushing it
up
in
the same
Birmingham.
Kind of thing?
No,
Oh.
They're like investment properties, real estate stuff,
Oh.
like big deal stuff. So anyway, like I got his contact information somehow, and I'd love to actually bring him on and talk about this at some point. I might even text him and ask him if he would do a Zoom call or something. that we could plug into this. It would be really funny. Dude, I emailed him, I swear 30 times, like every day, and called him 30 times or so.
How did you choose Cintas? Like, how did you?
So the reason I wanted to work for Cintas is because I went and looked at their website, and they had a video, several videos, and they talked about, like, this is what we do. We're a 4-day work week. We have flexible hours. You are base salary plus commission. Like, there was a lot of things, and it was similar in ways to UPS. So, because it's like you're driving a truck and all that, like, I had like some experience in that world of things. And I initially wanted to be a supervisor over like the loading of the vehicles, because that's what I did at UPS.
Right.
I'm like, okay, instead of loading boxes, we're loading floor mats and clothes and toilet paper and uniforms. But like, I understand the logistics of it, and I did really well at UPS. And so they, I finally get him to call me back, and he was like, you are the most consistent person in the world. Like, I know I annoyed him. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not going to give up. Got the interview. He told me that he felt like I would be in a better position if I was not a supervisor, if I was something called an SSR, that's service sales representative. That's a driver, basically. You drive the Cintas truck. He was like, you can make more money and work less hours as a salesperson driver than the supervisor position that you're trying to get. The supervisor position, you would have to work at night, and it's 5 days a week.
Were you wanting it originally because it's also like consistent money?
I was wanting it originally just because I needed a freaking job. Everyone's looking for work. This is during the economic crash of, this is 2009 at this point, I think.
We, just a little like 10-second side story. We moved to Texas for a job that my mom lost during that. So.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
So we, I finally get in there, and he's like, you're going to have to work at night and all this. I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's when they loaded the trucks for the next day. I thought they did it, in the morning or whatever. But, so I'm like, cool, like, whatever. I need a freaking job. And then he was like, but see, you're used to making all this money with your old job doing the interior work and all this. He's like, you might be overqualified and all this. And I was like, dude, I have 2 kids. Like, don't give me that crap. Like, I need this job. Like, don't be sitting here bull crapping me.
Right.
Like, oh, you're overqualified. Like, am I getting the job or not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time to play. I mean, we're freaking desperate, dude.
I don't understand why overqualified. Like, people hate hiring people that are overqualified.
I know. I do fully understand why. So here's why. Because if you hire someone that's overqualified, they're quickly going to lose interest, and they're going to want more out of what they're doing, and they're just going to quit for another higher position.
I guess. But it's just very, like...
It does suck.
It makes it like it breaks my brain a little bit. Like someone that gets hired. Anyway,
I do get it. As someone who has now hired, people, I do understand it, to a point. So anyway, I don't know. Like, think about it like this. That's like me hiring Jacob, like right now with his skill set, to mop floors here. Like, he's way overqualified to be, that's all he does is mop the floors at the studio.
Well, you also hire kind of differently, too. Like, you hired me as social media guy, but you knew that it was more like a test position. You straight up told me that, too. Now, of course, some other stuff happened, but, like on day one, you were like, now this could turn into...
Yeah, I knew that it was going to.
Yeah, because you know that you can't, look at the way things shoots go.
But essentially, that was a lot of Christy's idea, too. So it was like, let's bring him in, and he can do social media, and if he sucks, we were like, all right, dude, had fun for 2 months. Like, enjoy your life at school, but you didn't suck. And it was like, okay, so now we can actually
because in that sense, me being better than just a social media guy would mean that I was overqualified.
Correct.
But it was a test.
But it turned into a more qualified position.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, don't give me that crap. Freaking hire me or not. Like, I'm begging him at this point because I've got children and a wife and a mortgage, and we're looking for pennies in the couch cushions to buy diapers. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a time to joke around. Give me a job or I'm going to find somewhere else. And I guess it was God. I was like, I just feel like I need to go for this Cintas position as hard as I can. I don't think I really even tried for anywhere else. I was like, this is where I need to go. Now, thank God I did. So I got the job at Cintas, worked there for a while. Things went great. Yeah, I don't know if this is relevant or not. Maybe it is. But I worked on kind of a crappy route, and I was able to build it up to be one of the top routes in the country, and really one of the top routes in the Southeast as far as like customer retention, people paying their bills on time, like happy customers, all that stuff. And I won a trip to like Universal Studios, and like they paid for like, and I won like 4 iPads when iPads were brand new, and like kept winning all these sales, things, and like things are going great, and I'm starting to make really good money. And then they were like, well, okay. And then a tornado freaking hits our plant. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is insane. I was in a truck, and then
it wasn't just a tornado. It was the
tornado of Tuscaloosa tornado. I was in a truck, and then an hour later, that truck was wrapped around a tree. Like, it was nuts. So we had to work up in Birmingham. We had to go get our truck in Birmingham. So I'd drive from Tuscaloosa up to Birmingham at like 3 a.m, get my truck around 4, load it, because essentially we were understaffed. We had lost a lot of product. So a lot of the times we were loading our own trucks, turn around, drive back, get down to Demopolis, which is like 2-ish hours, maybe 2.5 hours from Birmingham, get back down there by like before 7 a.m. for my first stop. Run the route the whole day, drive back to Birmingham, and then I could leave. So they were typically 14-hour plus days every day. Of the 4-hour work. We were still our 4-day work week. So as you can imagine, morale really low within the company. So these people made this video with their camcorder, terrible camcorder, and they said, we made this video, we have no idea how to edit it and put it together. Now, during all of this time, I was still into music, and I was trying to pursue recording bands and editing and stuff like that. This is so funny now that I'm like thinking it all through again. Very much like how the podcast studio has originated, and you'll understand why. So when I'm doing all this stuff with this music recording, bands have no money. I'm like, this sucks. This is terrible. I'm also making family videos, skateboarding videos on the side. I had done skateboarding videos my whole life just for fun. And I was like, well, I know how to do this music stuff. And we've got this kind of like okay camera that we bought to take photos. It's a DSLR. It shoots video too. I could offer as like a side thing video to some of these people that come and do music. I could just record them, film them while they're recording. I know how to just make the music and the video match up in iMovie. I'll add that together, and boom, it's like a side job, a side hustle, kind of like how the podcast studio was, how it still is, but I think it's going to turn into something bigger. That's why we're still doing it.
I mean, as of yesterday, it started.
It's definitely, that's what I'm saying. So, like, it was like a side idea to do this video stuff while I was doing bands. So they come to me, and I'm like, cool, I'll do it. And they said, well, we can't ask you to do this on company time. You have to be a separate vendor. You can be like a sole proprietor or whatever. You just need to set up as a separate vendor. Like, what is it going to cost us? Charge us whatever. What do you think? And I'm just like, I just threw a number out there. I said $600, and they said done. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like, this took me an hour to edit, an hour and a half. I just made $600. This is crazy. That's crazy money.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't make $600 an hour now,
He
but
makes more.
$600 an hour is pity money. That's a joke. So, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, and of course then too, I didn't realize it's not really $600 an hour. It's like I yeah. Anyway, so
They're
I'm
paying for the knowledge.
yeah, like so. I made the video. They loved it. It went well within the corporation. Like the president loved it of the company and all this. So they wanted to make another video, and I was like, "Cool, let me film it. I'll do it again for like $600 or $700 or something. Let me film it with my little red Nikon DSLR." And I do it, and it goes even better, and they love it. And then they're like, "Okay, let's do another video." And like I did like 2 or 3 more, and during all this, they moved my route to this other route that they were like, "There's so much more potential. It's in Tuscaloosa. You don't have to drive to Demopolis." It was a terrible route. It was super hard. So I was making less money and working more. And so Christy just basically had the idea. She was like, "You just need to quit and you need to just try this video stuff." And I thought she was insane. I fought it. I was like, "You're nuts. Like, there's no way." And she's like, "I have faith in you. You can do it." And like, it was her faith that created Seed Creative, not mine. I fully fought her on that idea.
Thanks, Christy.
Yeah, we wanted to have her on this to tell the story, but she just won't do it.
We also wanted an Emmy, or you did.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. For me
Where
next
is
week.
Christy? There we go. Okay, so we got it in. But yeah, dude, it was her. It was all her. I tell everyone that. I'm like, yes, I'm the one that studies. That's cool. We're almost done. I'm the one that studies. I'm the one that makes the videos. I'm the one that does the sales, the clients, whatever. But like, she is, I don't know. It's like she's the one behind me pushing me up the hill. Like I might be doing the work on the front of the hill, but she's back there like, "Keep going. You can do it. Keep going." And so that is like the longer version of how Seed Creative actually got started. And then, dude, it's like story has been told a million times, but like I put in a 6-month notice at Cintas. It was like June, I think. I said in January of 2014, I'm leaving. I was like, I'm doing it. We lined it up. It was like January 7th or 9th or something like that, to where it was like, it was the day the kids go back to school would be my first day, like after like Christmas break or whatever. That would be so we worked it out that way. Cintas was super grateful. I put in a 6-month notice. I trained my replacement. My numbers actually improved in those 6 months because I was like, I'm going to leave this route in the best shape I can.
What were you committed to the 6 months like after you said it, or were you the whole time like, oh.
No, I knew. I was like, I'm
I didn't know if you were like,
No, it was like once I made my mind up, I was like, there's no turning back. And there's no backup plan either. It's like, this is the plan. This is it. If this fails, well, I don't know. We'll figure it out as we're falling, you know?
Yeah.
And so, put in a 6-month notice and then quit, bro. And just freaking, I asked people, this is a whole other story that has not been told. I put on Facebook, I was like, I have no money. I want to start a company. Can people give me $100? As many people that believe in me as possible. Can you give me $100? And I will take that money and I will buy a program called Final Cut Pro. And I will buy a DSLR, a 5D Mark III. Because that was like the DSLR of the time.
Yeah.
That was like good at shooting video and photo. And I'm like, just give me $100. Like as many of you that believe in me as you can. I think 9 people, maybe 8 or 9 people gave me $100. And then one girl was like, "Hey, I'm going to get married. I'll give you 500," which was like, "Oh, that's amazing. Thank you." So I took, that money, I bought Final Cut Pro, and then Christy's mom actually, which was a big surprise because I always felt like a little bit of a disappointment, which I don't know why I thought that. They never treated me that way, but like I felt like, man, I'm not a man. I'm not taking care of her little girl the way I should be or whatever. She was like, "I'll invest in you. Like whatever you don't raise, I'll pay for the rest." So like she helped out with paying for the rest of the 5D. And we had saved a little money as well, during that 6-month time. And so, but yeah, dude, those people, like, I'm forever grateful. I mean, they didn't have to do that. And I told them, I was like, in the future, like, it doesn't matter when, you gave me $100, I will do a video for you like for free or whatever. I don't think any of them took me up on it either. And I told them like that freaking holds true today. Like seriously.
If you're out there,
Yeah.
do you remember? Like you can
I
probably
remember,
dig it up.
well, one of them a guy just texted me a few days ago and was like telling me like, "Hey, I'm so proud of you and all this." And so yeah,
Comment down below if you're one of
those people.
You could come on the podcast if you want to.
Yeah.
Please do. That'd be amazing. But
yeah,
anyway.
no, like that whole. If I told you I would give you I will give you a video and your $100 will pay for it, because like, dude, like I needed people's help. It was like a crowdfunding.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah, it was a crowdfunding campaign before. I don't know if crowdfunding was a thing or if it was very, very, very small.
2014.
Yeah, well, this is 2013 when I asked. So, like, think about that, because I didn't start it until 2014. By 2014, I had the camera.
It's so weird lining up your life with like what I was doing at the time, like me thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because like that's when January 2014 was 8th grade for me.
That's so weird.
I was in high school when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, dude, I was struggling and like asking people, begging people for money. But yeah, dude, those people that did help, you know, like that was a big deal for them to just say here. And look, I mean, we try to do that too. Like I never take that for granted. And you know, that this isn't something like, I'm not going to go into details, but anytime we've seen a need to help with someone like financially, I try to help.
You definitely do.
And so, you know, and there's photographers and videographers and people that hopefully are listening to this that, you know, would say, yeah, I'm one of them, you know, and like you know, the whole like pass it on. What's the word? What's the word when someone
exactly
gives you money and then you like pay it forward? Like that's where a lot of that comes from. A lot of it comes from the fact that like I just try to be a good person, but it also like there's a deeper like satisfaction I get because I was not at a place and now that we are. So it's like if someone says I just need help, you know, like I'm trying to raise money, you know, for this lens or camera, and we are able to help, like it makes me feel good, you know, like giving Gavin the T3i, the camera, like when he first got started, like that's all, it's like deeper rooted than, oh, here's a camera. Like because other people did that for us. But yeah, anyway, I know that I went off on a tangent, but I don't think I've ever told that story
I've never
publicly.
heard it. I've never heard it, and I've known you for.
I've never
personally for 2
publicly told
years.
that story. The only people that know that story are the people that probably gave me the money.
I want to meet. I hope we could do. a video
Dude,
for
William
you.
Berry was one of them. He messaged me the other day. I'll show you. William, thank you. You know, you're one of them. I mean, he literally just said the other day, and by the way, you know, I felt so stinking proud of you over the years. I know we haven't had a ton of interaction. See you build up not just your company, but your family has truly been a joy for me. And you can see right there, you know, this is several days ago. Dang, man, I really appreciate that. You're one of the few people that believed in me in 2013. I'll never forget it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he was like, I think I saw him at Target or something, and he walked up and just handed me a $100 bill. It was awesome.
Wow.
And it was like, dude, this is, you know, because that's a lot of freaking money for us at the time too. So anyway, that story is really cool, and I'm fully committed to any of those people that did help. Like I'll do a video for you. Like that'll hold true until I die.
And then I have to do the video.
Yeah, and then Nick will do it.
Or wait, which one of your kids is we always say is gonna
Lucy.
Lucy, and then
Yeah, Lucy will film your video for you. Anyway, dude, that's it. I mean, I walked around downtown Tuscaloosa with a backpack and that DSLR. That we still have the backpack, so I don't throw anything away.
Oh, is it the power bag?
Yeah, that backpack, that 2015 MacBook Pro. No.
No, you had the iMac.
I had a
the old
different.
iMac.
When I started the company, that 2015 is not it. What I started the company with was like a 2013 MacBook Pro.
Oh, I thought.
And then I had to upgrade to that one because it totally died.
I thought it was one of your chunky iMacs that you had, like the older ones. That's in the Instagram.
Yeah, I still have that one. No, but like I didn't put Final Cut Pro on it. I had a MacBook Pro, like a 2013. But anyway, but yeah, we still have the camera, still have the 5D. But the power bag is the backpack, and then that MacBook Pro, it's not here anymore. We still have the 24 to 105. Is the 24 to 105B?
Oh, really?
That's what I bought. Yeah, to do it with. But
do you know why I named it B? By the way, I mean obviously
bad.
A and B, broken.
Broken.
Yeah.
I mean it's old. You know, it's been used a lot.
No, I make fun of it a lot, but it's a broken lens is not a bad.
The only thing that's broken on it is the stabilization.
Yeah, I mean, like a lens that is beat up means it's been well used.
Oh yeah, dude, it's been freaking used.
It's meant to be.
Yeah,
it's like what Jared Land says about like go blow up the camera.
Yeah, dude, we used it. Yeah, like our crap does not look brand new. Like we freaking use this stuff until it falls apart,
and then we keep the pieces.
And make Frankenstein tripods out of it. But anyway, that's it. I walked around downtown Tuscaloosa, knocking on doors, begging people, let me make social media videos for you for free until like, let me build a portfolio, whatever. My first paying client was a dude. I see him all the time, but I don't think he even remembers me. $150 was my first paying client. Made a video for him, shot it all in full automatic because I didn't even know what was up. And it was a video for him to get into something called a Spartan race, where he goes out to California and does like all this marine style training and racing. Yeah. And he went, and he actually said that his interview video to like get accepted or whatever was the best one and all that. So that was really cool. Because I mean, at the end of the day, even though I was shooting on auto, 5D Mark III at the time was a killer camera.
Yeah.
You know, like it shallow depth of field.
Still is a killer stills camera.
Yeah, it's a great stills camera. So that's the super long story and a little nugget that most people probably didn't know about the whole $100 gift.
Never heard of that.
People helping me out. Yeah, it was a big deal. It took a lot of humility to ask for that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I have no money. I'd love for y'all to help. If you could help, that'd be great. You know, please help. People did. You know, it wasn't a ton of people, but people did. So that was
enough.
It was enough. It was enough. Yeah, and like I said, Christy's mom was a huge part of that. You know, she's helped out. You know, investing in seed like that was a big deal. So she pretty much was like, whatever you don't raise, I'll pay the difference, you know? So that was also great because it was like, she believes in me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought she was going to get like mad that I quit Cintas, and like, no, she was like, if that's what y'all want to do, then do it, you know? So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, is there anything else?
Do you have any recommendations? Like, do you have a recommendation based off the story or just in general?
I mean, I want to come at, when I recommend things to people, here's the deal. Let me say this. I'm still that guy that's figuring this crap out. And you know that to be very true. I'm still figuring out how to do this. And I've been doing it for 8 years now. And when I say do this, I mean like run a company and be successful, quote unquote, like whatever that even means. Like, I'm still don't know what I'm doing. Just because we might have gear and a podcast studio and things, like, that doesn't mean a whole lot. It just means I've been doing something for a long time. So, like, if you feel like I don't know what I'm doing, neither do I. Even right now. Like, I don't. Like, we have processes and things in place, but, I mean, like, we've figured some of that stuff out, but overall, still figuring this junk out, and I'll say that until I die. I will never have it fully figured out. So don't let that be a deterrent on getting started. Don't say, well, I have to wait until I know how to do it. You're never going to know how to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter how many YouTube channels you watch. It doesn't matter how many accountants you talk to. It doesn't matter how many lawyers you talk to. They're all going to tell you different things. I have proof. Like, there's going to be one accountant is going to say one thing and the other is going to say something else. Like, it's all over the place. And I'm just like, all right, like, I'm just kind of trusting this person and I'm trusting that person and I'm going to hire this person and it's going to work. I'm going to hire this person and it's not going to work. And I'm going to trust this person and I'm not going to trust this person. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's the nature of our industry.
Yeah.
Too.
Like it's just, I mean, so don't be like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to try. Just try anyway.
There you go.
I mean, I love Nike's slogan, and I have said this in the podcast before.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Greatest slogan in the world. Like, it's like, just do it. Just
think different. No.
think different is good, but I think just do it is better.
Is your company? What was it that you said? Like, people don't know what they want until
That's
I
what
tell
Steve
them.
Jobs
Yeah,
said.
I know.
People don't know what they want until I tell them what they want.
That was your real mindset this whole time.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I know that was longer than we anticipated, but
I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
When you said 25 minutes, I was like,
yeah. The alarm went off, and I was like, I've got so much more to say.
well, it was funny because you almost hit the word Seed Creative right on the.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was watching time. I was like, how awesome would that be if you like Seed Creative?
Let me tell you this. There's other things, like when we first started the company, it was called Seed Digital Media, and Christy hated it. She's like, that's the dumbest name. I was like, no, man, it's cool. And then
It is the dumbest name.
And then I was like 2 years in or so, I was like, Seed Digital Media is a terrible name. But then there's like my PayPal business account is still set up as Seed Digital Media.
Our account,
just the name.
We could do a whole podcast episode about how all our accounts work.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't.
YourSeedMedia.com. Horrible, but like we're locked in.
Give us a war on the guy that has seedcreative.com.
Yeah, he won't sell it to
he
us.
He may be dead, like honestly.
We don't know. We
He's
can't
never
find him
responded.
anywhere. Yeah, like we even had like our friends over at the Nine, which like shout out to them. They do like amazing website work and stuff, and we've done some work with them. Like I even had the owner of the Nine like try to investigate and like find this person and reach out and like see if we can make a bid and like pay for the domain name, and he's just crickets.
How
and
much
like,
would you be willing to pay for it?
I'd probably pay like, I don't know. I mean, like to some people this isn't much, but I'd pay probably like $2,000, $3,000 to get it.
I mean, that's a lot for a domain. Yeah.
Like because
It's
that's our freaking business name, but it's just an alias to this dude.
Yeah.
Like I want seedcreative.com, but it is an alias that goes to someone else. And
The alias is seedcreative.com. Not I want seedcreative.
No,
the
yeah.
way you said it was.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The alias is seedcreative.com, and it just goes to this dude up in New York. And we just can't get in touch with him.
The good news is our SEO is pretty good.
Our
so-
SEO is strong, really strong.
Yeah.
But again, Your Seed Media. I'm always like, it's George at yourseedmedia.com. YOURS, like a seed that you put in the ground, not F. It's not feed, it's seed.
Yeah, saying George at seedcreative.com would be.
So much easier.
Yeah. Or at seed.com.
Yeah, I even looked at like
I'm sure that's-
www.seed.creative. Like there were at a time.
Creative.space. Yeah.
Yeah, there were stuff like that, and it just seedcreative.com is what I want.
Yeah. Anyway, get us that.
So
also,
random.
Also, get us to enough to do the Hot Ones challenge.
Yeah.
Or don't. I'm okay. No, I'm just kidding. But but do it.
We want to push ourselves. Like, dude. Oh, all right. Here's like we've talked about goals and all this stuff. Like one of the ways that Seed Creative is going to actually obtain some of these goals is we want to continue making great videos, and like that's going to always be at the forefront of what we do. But something that like Mr. Wonderful has talked about, like other people have talked about, and something that we have done very well is establish ourselves as a brand as well. So like we are Seed Creative and people know that brand, and our brand is great video. But like we have not done a good job on social media. Like really, like I'll post Instagram, I'll post to my personal.
We just
site.
don't have time. Like
It's
we're doing
yeah.
it for so many other people
I know.
all the time.
I know, yeah.
That it's like it gets to be 5:30 p.m. We gotta go home.
I know,
We don't have
like-
time to make a stupid video.
So we're
for
trying
us.
to shift some of Gavin's responsibilities to be more like social media manager style stuff. The problem there, though, is because we need Gavin for so many other things. So it's like I'm putting a little bit more on his plate, but I think he can do it. Scream as loud as you can if you're up for it, Gavin.
Okay, we can't get a talkback mic now. This is too good.
This is because he's way on the other side of the studio,
like
or two or three
and
doors,
sound panels.
Yeah.
and
he just. I hope you can hear that in the recording. I don't know if you can.
I have no idea.
But it's hilarious on this side.
That's the scratch audio. I
Yeah.
bet I got it with that.
That's so funny.
That's
dude.
awesome.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, because I have it.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
See, I know what I'm doing.
I don't.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Anyway, we
I
can
love
wrap
you
up
all for listening.
now. Make it Hot Ones challenge. Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe. See that we're bad at this. Subscribe, like all that stuff. Also, I just want to say I like almost dragged George in here. He did not want to do this, and now
Yeah.
I feel like you're super happy that you did.
I did. I almost got emotional a few times.
Oh, I know.
You could tell.
I wanted you
probably.
to cry.
I
You
was.
never. Why? Okay, hold on. We're not done. You never let yourself cry on camera. Is that a thing? Like I've noticed this before.
No.
We've cut sometimes, and you're like,
I
I
think
just want to be able to like.
I want to be able to
in
compose.
control.
Yeah, I want to compose myself because like I'm also like this is so stupid, but I'm also thinking of like the person on the other side, and like they can't like an audio listener listening to someone sniffle into the microphone's a little weird.
I think it'd be like someone at night laying in bed watching this podcast. It's gonna
Yeah.
just stare at you crying.
I'm sure I'll cry at some point. I hold my emotions in pretty good.
I mean, I don't cry like
Yeah.
never basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just know
I didn't even cry when I was throwing up from a kidney stone,
That's impressive.
but like I wanted to. Maybe I did. I might have cried.
Well,
Yeah, I
Chrissy
definitely.
says
My
you're a-
eyes were watering.
Chris says you're a baby.
Yeah,
So.
my eyes were watering. I know that much. I was like, I can't see because my eyes are watering. So
Anyway, all right, we're going. For
that
real
took a
now.
weird turn.
I know. Thanks for watching. Bye.
See ya. This podcast was produced by Nick Golden with executive producer George Edmondson, edited by Nick Golden and Gavin Manning. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like and a comment. Tune in every Monday for brand new podcast content, and we'll see you on the next one.